So back to, here we are at Villa Maria, and it's a Franciscan college. Can you tell us, do you feel like that has any relationship, the mission of this school, to sustainability?
Or the fact that, Felician Franciscan, what does that have to do, or how's that been a guide? Has it been a guiding light in any way, or has that just come up from, in terms of the spiritual values underlying?
I think they support each other.
And-
Because I think that sustainability right now, it's become topical, and I think this time it's here to stay. I've been around long enough to see the rise and fall of interest in sustainability. And it was, during times of crisis, we become very excited about it, and there's government initiatives, and people all jump on board, and then as soon as things settle down, it becomes an inconvenience to try to be sustainable. And I think this time I'm quite eager to maybe, hopefully not jumping the gun, but eager to say that this time I think it's here to stay. I think people understand that we really do need to pay attention to.
And why?
If we want to, well, I think for ourselves, for future generations, for the good of all, for the pocketbook, for the bottom line, I think they're realizing that sustainability inevitably is going to be a more economical way to go.
So how many years has that been part of the curriculum here at Villa Maria College?
I'm going into my 12th year, and it's been with me since the beginning. And it was here before I got here, because I think within our industry, I think for the most part, our colleagues have embraced it.
For a long time.
Yes, but it's helpful and reassuring that the Felician core values and their commitment to the environment and to nature supports that. So there's a nice synergy between those. So we've also designed a new landscape for our patio area behind Felician Hall that's also intended to be more of a sustainable environment.
In what way will it?
In terms of the plantings that we have, things that are a little bit closer to be indigenous plantings, things that are low maintenance, grasses that don't require mowing, and so things that will they will belong here, and they'll do well here. And so we're trying to create that kind of an environment on campus as well.
So what kind of projects do your students do? You mentioned doing some things with recycled materials. What else?
Well, we're very blessed in Buffalo that we have a wonderful collection of beautiful old historic buildings. And in some cases, they're also eager to find ways to repurpose some of the structures that we have. And so we're a very experiential learning institution. Service learning as well. And so when we have a design project, we design for existing structure. And so the students visit these places, they get the site visits, but they also learn to appreciate the beauty of the history and the craftsmanship and how to take a building. Not all buildings have to become museums. You can take a beautiful old building and repurpose it to be something else. And so that's our very first project that the students do that has to focus on sustainable strategies. They're working on a part of it's part of the Smith Theater, which is part of Shays Theater downtown. We have a course in historic restoration and preservation. It's taught by the restoration consultant for the Shays Theater, Performing Arts Center in downtown Buffalo. The students take the class at the theater, and in addition to the practical and the book knowledge, they also learn the skills that are required in restoration, and then they practice on the theater. So it's really, and then it becomes a class that has service learning embedded within the class.
So are they learning stenciling and refinishing and
Absolutely.
what other skills?
Oh, they've been up on scaffolding, painting the ceiling. They've been building molds to do plaster molds to repair some of the original mold work that they have.
That's so
They're
interesting. That's
Now,
great.
now you said
Thank
in
you.
your promo, which we looked at online, the video that on YouTube for the design program here, that I think it's Studio 2.
Yes.
It says, so there's like, is that the second class that's in studio? Is that what it means, Studio 2?
Yes, that would be their second studio class. They're sequenced. They're not real fancy names. It's just Studio 1 through 6. But in Studio 2, this is we go into that this area. It's actually used as a practice room, but it's in part of the historic structure of the Smith Theater, and they repurpose that into a community center. And so a lot of times, because we're already repurposing the building, which is a form of sustainability, but then many of the students choose to really engage some of the activities, so that what happens in the building is also teaching the youth about sustainable strategies.
Now, how many folks come through the program? I mean, how many of the students here at Villa Maria, how many are interior design students, or majors, or focus, do you think, proportion of the...
Ooh, that's a good question, and now I have to.
Well,
you're forcing me to do math.
Oh, that's right.
Well, half of the students at Villa are in the art department.
Okay.
And recently, the art department has added numerous programs. Interior design was always one of the core programs within the college, and now we have, sister programs that are also very, very popular. So I would say the percentage of the student population has gone down, but the number of students at any given time, we might have 60 to 70 students in interior design.
Okay. Well, I want to. This has been exciting. It's what's going on here, and I think it's reflective of a commitment or something percolating up among, especially among our youth and the students, that you're no longer considered kind of too strange or too odd. That if you're on this journey towards, in whatever made you are, in whatever way that's expressed, that towards building more of a sustainable future, and being part of that is part of a wonderful grand adventure. And it's exciting to hear how Villa Maria is contributing in its own unique way to that journey. So
Thank you.
Thanks so very much for your time, Francis, today.
And thank you.
Thank
so
you. It was a
much.
wonderful meeting you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you to everybody watching this segment.